Gilgeous-Alexander. Shabbat for three. Bingo!
Carter will get it for the win. Got it! He is hard to believe.
Here's Jordan.
The Magic, a 360 turn with the dribble. Magic down the middle. Gives underneath the Worthy. Slam dunk. Bird in the corner. Double fake.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dime Dropper for our 2022 NBA playoff recap, second round, game threes. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast, Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, and of course, to follow us on all social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. This one's going to be really short, guys, because I have to go kind of quick. I don't even know if it's going to be on a podcast version, but the Celtics and the Bucks. It was a really tough, hard-nosed defensive game. The Boston Celtics, Jason Tatum did not have a great shooting night tonight. You got to give credit to Wesley Matthews and Jrue Holiday fighting over every screen. Celtics were in there switching everything kind of principles. Bucks in their drop coverage principles. And Giannis had a much better game today. Finally, his first efficient shooting night. He was barreling through a lot of people. I think they let him get away with murder half the time, to be honest. But, I'm starting to think, even though Giannis had his best game tonight, is he going to be able – I feel like he's improved skill-wise, like his mid-range has gotten a little better, but I don't know how much better it's really gotten. Like, has he taken that much of a skill leap scoring-wise this year? His passing is better for sure, but I don't know. Will he be able to get through and win it again? He is the best player in the league to me, but here's the thing. If he beats the Celtics, he probably will, but it's very hard to guard him when he's just barreling in like that. And anyways – he was awesome. Jrue Holiday shot a lot, but he was awesome. I don't think people talking about his efficiency, that's ridiculous. He was great. I thought he was really good. Made some tough shots all night long. And, yeah, Jaylen Brown I thought was really good today. Al Horford as well. Jaylen was embracing the mid-range. Al Horford was getting to the rim. And, Al Horford was just playing good defense, making his open shots. Grant Williams gave some good hustles. Some time hustling in there, but ultimately it was the Bucks that came out with the victory. They almost blew a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, but they stuck with it and got the job done. And it came late. It came very late, and it was done by Giannis putting the Bucks up one on a layup, and then the Celtics came down. I forget how their possession exactly went, but Jrue Holiday answered with a tough shot on the other end and make it a 3-point lead. And then we had the last player, Marcus Smart, was at the line. Amazing missed free throw on purpose. Tried to put it back up and in and missed. And then Al Horford missed the tip and then tried to tip it up again and missed. Made it, but they said it was after the buzzer, and it was after the buzzer. But Celtics were close. I think really it comes down to Tatum. He shot very poorly from the field, 4 for 19. Al Horford, 9 for 17, 22 points, 16 boards. Jaylen Brown, 27 and 12. Jason Tatum, it really falls on him today for me. Celtics turned the ball over 12 times, but nothing too crazy. In the honest, 42 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. He was spectacular, 16 for 30. Can do without the threes, though. She was 1 of 6 from deep. And then Jrue Holiday, 11 for 30, 3 for 10 from deep. That's a lot of shots, but his defense was unbelievable. And Wes Matthews just did a great job on Tatum. Now the Celtics find themselves in a tough position. I also want to say that the game was officiated very poorly on both sides. I thought the Celtics got some benefit of the calls in the fourth quarter, but in the other quarter, Celtics got some really tough calls. And even in the fourth quarter, there were some calls that went against them. As for the Warriors game, it was just a beautiful performance by the Warriors. They went zone tonight a lot more, like a little 2-3, sometimes a little like 2-1-2 with Curry right behind the first two guys, or like a 1-2-2 sometimes with Wiggins up there, just a matchup zone in general. And I thought they blew the Grizzlies off the page tonight. Hold on one second, got to open the door for my friend real quick. Yikes. Hold up one second. So as I was saying about the Warriors, I just thought that they moved the ball. Typical Warriors stuff. Jordan Poole was going at guys one-on-one. You know, the Grizzlies tried their switch everything. Both teams were switching basically everything. But, you know, the Warriors were trying to get the bigs on the switch, like Xavier Tillman and also Ja Morant. They were trying to get him in the action a lot. And that's the thing about Ja. I thought he was really good offensively, and he was still, even within the zone, was able to get to the basket, had some incredible finishes, just unbelievable the way that that guy hangs and contact finishes. And he was even hitting his three ball, 4 for 7 from deep. So another game where Ja was hitting his threes. He had 34 points and 7 assists. But the rest of the team was meh. You know, Jaren Jackson Jr. was 4 for 8 from 3, but 4 for 13 from the field. And I just didn't really notice him that much. Desmond Bane shot efficiently, 5 for 10, 4 for 7 from deep. But I think the thing with the Grizzlies is, and you saw Kyle Anderson, that was so weird. He lost his temper. And Kyle Anderson's usually a really mellow fellow. I've known him since, like, seen him play since college. And the Grizzlies, I just think that their inexperience showed. They struggle to guard, but they also just take a lot of bad shots and take a lot of threes. 43 threes attempted tonight, 16 of them made. So 37% isn't terrible, but I just thought that, I don't know, it's just Ja and then a bunch of three-point shooters. And I think they're going to need a little bit more. Tyus Jones played 13 minutes, 0 for 5. But it was really the Warriors, just everybody clicking tonight. They started Kuminga. He played 18 minutes, 18 points, 8 for 10 from the field, was really good. And then we saw a lot of Otto Porter Jr., who I thought was awesome. Made 3 out of his 5 threes. Most of them were open. Rebounded. He's able to switch. And the Warriors were just connected tonight. They were making the right plays. The only reason this game wasn't even more of a blowout, it was a 30-point win for them, 142 to 112. But the only reason it wasn't more of a blowout was because they turned the ball over 17 times. And 11 of those were like in the first 14 minutes of game time. So the Warriors cleaned it up. I thought Jordan Poole was electrifying as usual, as he's been in these playoffs, just blowing by guys for fun. His first step, his shift, his wiggle is just unbelievable. His three ball as well was falling. 11 for 17 for Poole off the bench, 3 for 5 from deep, 27 points and plus 33. Thought Curry was really good, especially in the second half. Thought he was making the right plays, always attracting 2 guys. Well, I mean, the Grizzlies are switching everything, but Curry gets the off, has been doing a good job in this series of getting to the basket off the dribble, and he was finishing, making some nice plays. Got to the line 14 times tonight, so they gave him his calls. He made every single free throw, which was awesome because he's been missing free throws weirdly. 14 for 14 for Steph, and then 7 for 14 from the field for him. He just didn't shoot his threes that well, 2 for 8 from deep, but 30 points and 6 assists for Curry. Klay Thompson, 21 points, 9 boards, 4 assists, 8 for 13 shooting, and 4 for 6 from deep. Huge game for Klay. He was making all his open threes, feeling himself. And after a very cold first 2 games, that was big. And then I thought Draymond did Draymond things. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. And we cannot forget about Andrew Wiggins. 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Was amazing. The Warriors shot 63% as a team. 17 for 32 from the three-point line, 53%. They win it 142 to 112 to take a 2-1 lead. 63% as a team. To take a 2-1 lead, as well as the Bucks taking a 2-1 lead. So I think obviously for the Celtics, they're going to need to win game 4. The Grizzlies, yeah, they're going to have to need to win game 4 too. As for very briefly, the other 2 games yesterday, I didn't actually get to watch the Heat Sixers game with a very close eye. You know, I was out and about with a friend, but I saw that the Sixers defense was really good. They held the Heat to like 79 points, and Tyrese Maxey was making big time plays. He's just so good off the bounce, getting to the rim. He was hitting his threes. And by the way, shout out to Joel Embiid, fighting through the pain, playing, even though he was clearly not 100%. You didn't see him attacking as much, but his presence just energized the team. And now we got a little bit of a series. If they can win game 4, Jimmy Butler was really good again. James Harden still not looking great, but huge win for the Sixers. Tobias Harris did his thing again. And Danny Green, how about that? 7 threes from him. Oh, my goodness. Huge. And then the last game, Suns-Mavs. Really happy to see Jalen Brunson get going. I talked about it. They're going to need to get him going early. They did exactly that. If they're not switching certain matchups, Jalen Brunson can play those pick and rolls normal. And Luka was really physical with Mikal Bridges, by the way. The way he just pushed him out of the way with his lower body, no extension. Oof, so impressive. Chris Paul, 7 turnovers. Better chill out on all the praise he was getting after game 2. We may have a little bit more of a series on our hands here, but I didn't get to watch that game really at all. I just saw the highlights. So big win for Dallas. Same situation there. Game 4 will be interesting, but I know I said it was going to be shorter tonight, guys. That's all I got. Make sure to let me know what you think. Hopefully, since it's shorter, maybe more of you can view it. Make sure to comment for the algorithms, and peace. Yo. All right, you good. Not much. These people are trying to blame Poole for jaw injury excuses. Kuminga looked really good as GP2's replacement.
Kuminga starting was dope.
Yeah. I love these game 4 scenarios, tied 2-2 or 3-1 lead. So huge. All right, y'all. I got to dip. But I'll be back tomorrow night. There's more games. Let's see what games are on tomorrow. Game 4s, I'm assuming. Yep, 12:30 p.m. and then 5 Pacific time. So after Heat 76ers, I can be live then. So I'll be live for that, you guys. Do my Kings play tomorrow? We're down 2-1 in the series. Tomorrow at 7. So I'll try to go live. Honestly, oof, that's freaking tough, man. Okay, I'm going to have to go live after the Kings game. Target 9:30-10. So you still got – see you later, Dime. How about Mavs? I'm happy for the Mavs. Luka. Jalen Brunson. That's just the key. You got to get Brunson and Dinwiddie going. That's it. All right. Peace, y'all. And the defense improved. I can't forget about that. The defense.